I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now.
Yeah.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me. I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
If you love the NBA but don't watch women's basketball, you're missing out on something special. You might think the WNBA doesn't compare, that it's slower, less exciting, or just not the same. But what if I told you that everything you believe about women's basketball is about to change? The WNBA has evolved, the talent level is at an all-time high, and the game has never been more competitive. Therefore, if you've ever dismissed women's basketball, now is the time to take another look. But before we get into why, let's break down the biggest reasons fans overlook the league, and why those reasons don't hold up anymore. The NBA is built on speed, power, and highlight reel plays. But what truly makes basketball great isn't just the dunks and high-flying action. It's the strategy, the skill, and the moments of pure basketball brilliance.
4 seconds. Ionescu will heave and hit! And hit! Sabrina Ionescu with the biggest shot in Liberty history. The New York Liberty take a 2-1 series lead in these best-of-5 WNBA finals on that epic shot from Sabrina Ionescu.
The WNBA has all of that, but because it doesn't have the above-the-rim athleticism of the NBA, many fans have written it off. But take a closer look, and you'll see that the WNBA showcases some of the purest basketball you'll ever watch.
He will take it out. 1.1, looking for Wilson to put it up. Beats the clock. Asia, the game winner, to walk it off for the Aces.
The ball movement, the high IQ play, the elite shooting, and the defense-first mentality make it a completely different but equally compelling experience. Therefore, if you love basketball for the game itself, the WNBA delivers in ways you might not expect. One of the biggest myths about the WNBA is that the players aren't as skilled as their NBA counterparts. But think about this. Players like Diana Taurasi, Breanna Stewart, and Asia Wilson would dominate in any era of basketball because their fundamentals are that strong. Shooting, footwork, passing, these aren't just good, they're elite. And then there's Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, and Angel Reese, young stars who are bringing new energy and excitement to the league. If you love watching Steph Curry drain deep threes, imagine watching a player like Clark pull up from the logo in a packed WNBA arena. Therefore, the idea that women's basketball isn't exciting just doesn't hold up. But let's address the biggest argument NBA fans use. The WNBA doesn't have the same level of competition. Here's where things get interesting. The league is smaller, meaning fewer roster spots and higher overall talent concentration. Every game is packed with elite players who had to fight for their spot in the league. There are no easy wins, no throwaway games. Therefore, what the WNBA lacks in sheer athleticism, it makes up for in competition and high-level execution. And here's another thing to consider. The best NBA players respect the WNBA. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry have all praised the talent level in women's basketball. If the greatest players in the world recognize the skill of these athletes, shouldn't fans do the same? So why do so many NBA fans still refuse to watch? A big part of it is exposure. The NBA has had decades to build its brand, while the WNBA is still growing. But things are changing. More games are televised, social media is bringing new eyes to the league, and attendance is rising. Therefore, if you haven't watched a game recently, now is the perfect time to start. But maybe you're still not convinced. Maybe you need a reason to tune in. So let's give you one: rivalries. The WNBA has real intense rivalries that rival anything in the NBA. Whether it's Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, Asia Wilson versus Brianna Stewart, or the ongoing battles between teams like the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty, there's no shortage of drama. Therefore, if you love the emotion and passion of NBA rivalries, you'll find the same thing in the WNBA. But there's one more thing that might change your perspective. The WNBA is not just about the present, it's about the future. The league is rapidly evolving, with young talent redefining the game. Players today are bigger, stronger, and more skilled than ever before. Training methods have improved, coaching strategies have evolved, and teams are pushing the pace in ways that weren't seen a decade ago. Therefore, if you think you know what the WNBA is, you might be stuck in the past. Another major factor that makes the WNBA unique is its focus on fundamentals. If you enjoy watching elite-level passing, defensive rotations, and team-first basketball, the WNBA is a masterclass. The game isn't dominated by one-on-one isolation plays. It's built on movement, spacing, and high IQ decision-making. Therefore, if you appreciate basketball at its core, the WNBA should be right up your alley. Still not convinced? Let's talk about international competition. The WNBA attracts some of the best players from around the world. Countries like Australia, Spain, and France are producing elite talent that brings a different style to the game. This global influence adds a unique dynamic that makes WNBA matchups even more compelling. Therefore, the WNBA isn't just competing against itself, it's shaping the future of global basketball. Young girls growing up now have more opportunities than ever to pursue professional careers in the sport. The talent pipeline is growing, and in a few years, the WNBA could reach an entirely new level. The reality is, basketball is basketball. The WNBA isn't trying to be the NBA, it's carving out its own identity, and it's thriving. The skill, the competition, the rivalries, they're all there. But if you never give it a chance, you'll never know what you're missing. Therefore, the next time you see a WNBA game on, don't just scroll past. Watch. Give it a chance. You might be surprised by what you see. And who knows, you might just find yourself becoming a fan.